Recording.
We're recording now.
We are? Oh, good.
Welcome everyone to another episode show, Paint with Heart. And today we're going to be painting a hot air balloon, and I'll have my bestie Melissa tell you all about it. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching the replays as always. And if you paint this, and I hope you do, that you will post it on Facebook and tag myself or Melissa so that we can see your beautiful artwork and give you points to win prizes. Our next drawing is next week. So here's my bestie, Melissa Reyes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Paint with Heart. I'm Melissa Reyes, and you can find me at MsMeliz.com. And I'm really excited to be here with you today. It's a special day for me, Memorial Day. Always reminds me of my dad. And today's episode is called Len's Hope, because my dad's name was Len. And here he is depicted in a caricature in a hot air balloon. So we're doing a picture of a hot air balloon, and we're using a phrase that he always said, onward and upward, bigger and better. So that's a hopeful phrase for me, and I'm hopeful, and I think that's our word for today, right? Hope?
Yes, it is.
Let's get started.
Thank you, Melissa. So here we have the original one that I painted, and I'm going to now show you how to create your own. I chose the colors that I felt best depict the photograph that Melissa had sent me. However, if you don't have those colors, by all means, pick a color that is close to, the variations. Some greens, yellow oranges, and the raspberry color or fuchsia, and this is like a cranberry. I actually used antique maroon there. So this is blue and green, yellow and green, blue and green, yellow and green, and this is the darker values of that. So, I mean, if you have something in that general family, by all means use it. So what we started with on this was just a white canvas. And I know it's hard to see, but I got my line drawing traced on there. So we've got this white canvas. And I'm going to start with a light color. Now, if you don't have white on your background, you really need to have it be white first. And I'm going to use cad yellow to put in a few spots of this color. This one here, the brightest yellows, I'm going to have that be a cad yellow. And then I've got some pieces over here. And this bottom half here is going to be cad yellow. There's also a balloon tucked behind here. Hard to see right now, but go ahead and put that in with cad yellow as well. And I didn't draw mine back there, but it's okay. So I'm going to start by putting in my first cad yellow, and it's right of center above the antique maroon color. And I started with this because it's our lightest value first, and then we're just going to get darker and deeper with our colors from here on out. Minus the white, of course. So there's that one. I'm going to come over here. When you put this color on, it's not going to cover all of your lines, and that's good. We don't want to cover all of our lines. We just want to put a coat of paint on there, but we want to keep the line showing through so we don't have to reapply our line drawing. And I'm going to bring it down about 4 rows worth, and the bottom 2 rows are green and blue. Real exciting. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying their holiday weekend. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here. even though I don't have a line drawing of it in here. I'm going to fake it. I'm not going to cover my flame. Don't cover your flame. I'm only going to go to there. There's a little bit behind here. Not a lot of it showing. Okay. The next color I'm going to use, oops, I could put some over here. This one's a little trickier, so I'm going to go with a little smaller brush, probably a 12 flat. And I'm going to pick up some of that color, and I'm going to count out the first one. Oops, that's a lot of paint. First one is 1, the next one will be 2. Next one we'll pick up, let's go 3. 3 squares over. The next one, so go diagonally from that point on over to the black area. So that's diagonal. We're going to go so if that one's diagonal, that one's diagonal. It's 3 squares out, and I know this kind of makes it a little crazy, but let's stop about there. If we have green, green, blue, yellow picks up on this side. I'm going to stick a couple of these in. These are going to be darker washes after. But for right now, I'm not going to go near the flame, staying away from the flames. There we go. Okay. The next color I'm going to put in is going to be Orange Twist. If you don't have an orange twist, pick a dull orange and mix it with some of your yellow to make it's a very yellowy orange color. It's very dull, but very light color. And that one is going to be the square diagonally up from the cad yellow. And I know it's hard to see on the back up a little bit on the screen. Okay, so the orange twist. I'm using an 8x10 for my class model here, so it's not going to be as big because I didn't readjust the size of the line drawing. Okay. Let's go and put that color on the one below it as well right now. Okay. Now we are going to start to combine those two colors and make a third color. So if you pick up a little bit of the yellow on your brush, pick up a little bit of the cad orange, and you make a third color. That will go over here. You want to make it a little, actually that's going to go over here. You want it a little darker than the yellow, but not as dark as the, not as dark as that. So put it here. So it's just a shade off of the cad yellow. Now pick up a little bit more of the orange twist. So we're playing with hues right now. We're just changing the hue ever so slightly as we go out. This, let's see, on this side, this is the orange twist that's going to be a darker value. So let's go over here and add this combination to this. I don't make balloons up, so I just, why they have so many beautiful colors. I mean, they are gorgeous. And if you go and Google them, especially, this is Arizona, I believe. This wasn't taken in Arizona. They have hot air.
That was actually here in Southern California, actually, Santa Paula.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I know that Arizona has a big something or other.
Yeah, Arizona and New Mexico. New Mexico is known for the huge balloon festival.
Yeah, and I went on there, and they have balloons that are shape of Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh yeah, every shape.
And bumblebees and teddy bears and houses, haunted houses, and oh my goodness, so many. This one here, I'm adding more yellow to the mix.
Can you either pan out a little bit or move it up so I can see the bottom of your screen? Because I only have one yellow square painted so far.
Okay, is it better, or you want me to come
No, that's better. It looks like, okay, so my image is smaller than yours because I have tiny little squares in the bottom.
Right.
On that bottom one. So are those, all of those little squares are painted yellow? Okay, answer is yes. I see. So almost all, not the bottom three.
Two rows.
So everything up to the band. Okay, got that's easier than trying to figure out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, these are at this festival that I was at. There were a few that were shaped that were different shapes and colors and things, and some were like the brands, like, you know, different logos of things.
The Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, things like that. You know, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That, you know, different kinds of things. There's definitely a panda. I remember there being a panda bear.
Yeah.
That was really cute. Can't remember now. It was so long ago. But of course, this photograph I chose for the colors. We had to take a lot of pictures. And at night, and we were there all day, and most of the balloons weren't, you know, up. So we didn't know what they were going to look like. They waited till dark, and then they lit them up, and they all came. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing.
They do it either at dusk or dawn because the winds aren't as high. The winds aren't as strong.
Right.
So they know that they have to be down before dark if they're doing it at night. And so they just land wherever they land. And I was told, I knew a person who owned one, and I was told that they always have a bottle of champagne on their in their basket, that wherever they land, no matter where they land, wherever they land, they break open a bottle of champagne and they share it with whoever's around. So if they land in your backyard, you can have a champagne party. So let's see, I'm going to make these darker. So Now that I know that I need to go darker on all that's left, I'm going to put out a puddle of razzleberry, which Melissa doesn't have, but
I'm trying to figure out what to use for that one.
you can use something, I don't know, fuchsia, just a raspberry color. And I'm mixing that on my brush with the colors already there. So that's what this one here is going to be, one with razzleberry in it. So a little bit of the tangerine plus razzleberry. And all the time is going to be spent on this patchwork, but the shading and highlighting is going to be less. I didn't put a lot of that in this. So leave that there, add it, see that one's green, so we're going to put a little bit of this color, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange twist, and a little bit of razzleberry, and come over here and do this one. The balloons look so much different though in the dark, that's for sure. They're definitely known for their bright, vibrant colors, and these are kind of on the dull side, but they're still good. Add a little bit more yellow. Like if you don't have orange twist, you can mix cad yellow with your razzleberry. If you don't have razzleberry, again, use a bright pink color.
Guess what? I found my cad orange.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting. And I found, how about frosted plum? It really looks like that color to me.
Then use it. I think that it's a little duller than what you want for this area here. This is a very bright color.
Well, what could I use? Cindy, what could I use? Vivid, I've got vivid violet.
Look at your shirt. Match your shirt color. Put the paint bottle up to your shirt, and if it matches, use it.
Vivid violet?
Vivid violets, yeah, that's a nice bright color. That's definitely a bright color.
All right.
Try that.
You said mauve, so this doesn't look like mauve to me. But
Not mauve, fuchsia.
oh, yeah, big difference. This is fuchsia. Okay. Gosh.
Fuchsia or magenta.
Need to
Fuchsia
get
tends to be more red and magenta tends to be more violet.
I think you meant magenta and I heard mauve. Magenta.
Magenta.
I don't know if I have a magenta. I have, oh, everything looks weird in these lights. Okay. So I am behind you as usual.
I'm going to make this one a little darker than that one, and that will be with, if you look at here, this one's lighter than that one. So I'll add a little bit more of the razzleberry. They used to have a color called raspberry, and that was a nice color too. Now they got razzleberry. So let's see what's next. This one, let's go right down with that color. It's definitely like quilt work. Definitely. In New Hampshire, I don't know if they still do, but they used to have a balloon festival, and it was called High Hopes. And they would raise money for charity. And we went to that one year, and that was spectacular. And by brush mixing, you can't mix the same color twice. So by brush mixing, you automatically are going to get a different color. So that each one of these patchworks are a little shade different than the other one. And that's what's really cool about that. Let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of this color and put it up here. We're going to wash over, this is orange twist. I'm going to wash over this anyways with a green value. But add a little raspberry to that and do this one. See where I'm at. So that one, and then these two here will be also a different color. Bum, bum, bum. How are we doing? So you got a bunch of patchwork to do. I'll take a break on that for a second. How you doing, Ruth?
Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Are you painting with us or are you painting something else?
I'm painting something else.
Show us what you're painting.
Well, you remember that little journal that we did with the penguin on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I had picked up quite a few. So I'm doing them this way, and I'm going to put snowman on them. I have a purple and a green and a red. And we're doing a craft show for chapter again this year. So
you getting ready for that? No, that's in the fall.
Yeah, that's in the fall, but I got a lot going on between now and then. So 2 Christmas parties, 2 chapter Christmas parties, and the craft show, and
that's
chapter.
Fantastic. That's fantastic, though. But we really, we have fun visiting with you here, so that's cool.
Well, I know. I enjoy just listening. I'm listening while I'm just base coating this.
That's okay, because I love your base coating on those, the blended backgrounds. I love those. Beautiful.
So
cool. Let's see what Ophelia's doing.
Oh, I'm fiddling.
You're fiddling? Oh, yes. Yep. Yep, there you go. So, yeah. So you go ahead and, that you got the antique maroon there, and then the 2 bottom ones are the, you got it. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Melissa?
Well, I'm a little behind. Whoops, there's my weird face happening.
It's okay.
So.
Yep, there you go. Keep going.
So I was a little lost over here with where to put the yellow.
I started at the bottom left, and then I did 1 square, and then the next row I did 2, and the next row I did 3, and then went diagonal up from that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then here, I'm a little lost. I need to see yours.
Okay. Let me go over here.
So I'll
this,
put a little dot in each one, so it'll make it easier for me.
Hold on. I'll try to. So you see, I have a row here. I have my flame. So above my flame is a narrow row that's going to be antique maroon.
Oh. Okay.
And then from then up.
So I have 2 rows there.
Yeah. So on this one, I say antique maroon, but I do have some highlight there, if you notice. So you've got your inside of your basket, you've got your raspberry, your antique maroon, and then I start from there and I go up. Okay? Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
My kids were invited to Memorial Day parties and I wasn't.
Dare they?
I know.
That's tomorrow anyway.
I know.
What are you going to do? You want to come over here?
Sure. I'm going to pick up on the side of my corner of my brush some of that raspberry, and I'm going to just put it. It's a side lobe, but I'm not being really overly picky about the side lobe. Oh, I guess what I went to go see last night?
What?
The Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, is it the new movie?
Yeah.
Came out? That's awesome.
And they're going to have another one after that.
How many do they have now?
I don't know. A few, anyway. The one I didn't watch was the Davy Jones Locker. That one I didn't watch.
Mm.
I don't like that octopusy kind of face.
What about Embrace? Did you watch the rest of that?
No.
I saw it last night with Lido all the way through. He almost cried, and at the end he said, "Everyone should see this film." And I said, "I'm so glad to hear you say that. Do you think we should watch it? Do you think the boys should see it?" And he looked at me and he said, "Melissa, everyone should see this film."
Wow.
So, and then he said, "I can't wait to see what it's like when you interview her, because, you know, I wonder if she's going to be the same. You know, what is she going to be like? You know."
Right.
Wondering the same thing.
So this is going to be raspberry here. Right, right. It's definitely powerful.
Yeah, I cried again watching it, and that was the 3rd time I saw it. Anyway, maybe I should go see Pirates of the Caribbean to get myself into regular mode.
I'd like to see you get a press release pass to those movies.
I have to get back into the circle of people that do that. You know what happens? You get into a certain sync in line with certain kind of group of people. I kind of somehow got myself in with the people who are all, how to put it?
Yes.
Not the Hollywood elite, I guess. It's more of the fringes of the happy frou-frou people.
You'll get there again.
I love the happy frou-frou people. I like the underdogs. I like the ones who need the press, who need the help, who don't always get seen because they're not automatically given the $1 million budget.
Yeah. I'm going around. Yes, I agree with you. I'm going around the flame. I'm not putting the paint on the flame. I want to keep that pure white for right now. Yeah, I like to support the underdogs too, but sometimes I would just like to see you get in the big names.
Well, I don't have time. And I guess I don't care about it as much as you do, but.
When you retire.
All right. Well, when you move to California, we'll do that.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm putting on just thin layers of paint. They're not a lot of, it's not a lot of solid coverage. I want that white to come through. Oops, I should put it down here too. It's that white that's going to help us with our painting, have it make it pop. The next week is our drawing.
Your drawing?
Our monthly drawing. That's right. You need to give points for everyone who's here.
Oh my gosh, how am I going to ever remember all of you? Ruth and Ophelia each get 4 tickets for being here and painting with us and being prepared. I'm so pleased.
And then there's a couple people that posted last week. Well, I got Ruth's piece, about the journey, and Cynthia's. So they get 3 points each for that. And there was something else too. Cynthia posted the one of the other ones too that she forgot about, so that she gets another 3 points. So Cynthia's 6 total.
Okay.
Let's see. So did you do the raspberry here, or whatever color you chose? Vivid violet?
No, I'm sorry. I'm so far behind. I guess I gotta probably keep an eye on time, huh?
Yeah.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out which, what you mixed with that yellow to make it look kind of mustardy.
So I started with cad yellow, then I moved to cad yellow plus orange. Sorry. I have some that is just plain orange twist. And then I moved to raspberry, and I mixed on my brush. I kept mixing all these colors, and you add a little bit of that to that, and it gets a little bit darker. So it's that combination of those 3 colors right now. And now I'm going to add to it. I want to do the inside before we get too dark. That inside is going to just be white with some cad yellow and a little bit of raspberry. So now I'm going to add white to my palette, my dirty palette. Pick up my round. Mix a little bit of yellow and some white. I just didn't want it pure white, because it's not pure white. It's actually the inside of the raspberries side. Let's see. There's a lot of white in it, but it's actually going to have a raspberry glow. Not near the flame, although if you went through the flame with this color, it wouldn't be the end all. So anyone else have any plans for Memorial Day celebration? You can talk. Let's go ahead and put some of that color in
I
here.
heard a little doggy talking.
No, it's my cat.
That was your cat?
My cat.
So cute.
He talks a lot.
Thank God she says shush and it shushes up.
Yeah.
Dirty brushing with some raspberry, clouding that in here. So it's not really a side load, it's just clouding some raspberry color. Yeah, I'm kind of missing my cat today. I don't know why.
Nikki.
It's like, but I don't want another one.
Yes.
You
I
know,
want to get another one.
the whole thing is that they do have personalities. So if I got another one and it wasn't as friendly or whatever as Mickey, it would be not good.
You know, you have to take your chances.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, you take your chances if you do.
I had a hamster when I was little, and one of the hamsters was very friendly, nibble in your ear. I mean, not nibble, but, you know, whisper. I whisper in my ear and stuff. But then I had another one, and it bit me. It's like, yeah, no.
Just like friends. You know, I only bite you now and then. That's the time it's worth it.
You're funny.
You forget.
I'm putting some raspberry down at the bottom of this flame on the sides. On the sides of the bottom of the flame. It's all kind of just playing. Two of the three, I guess these three here and these two over here, I'm going to wash over them with some of the orange twist. And when I say wash, I have a lot of water in my paintbrush, and I pick up and some paint and wash it over. A lot of water, little color. Three on one side, two on the other. Now that we've got that much accomplished, I'm going to pick up some antique maroon and fill in the rest of the middle ones here. Let's see what I got a smaller. And I have, you know, it's not going to be a solid dark color. This over here, these ones are definitely more solid of the maroon if you want to put those in at the same time. The antique maroon. But the ones over here, it's just like one pass of color so that the white background can show through. It's all about, I mean, with balloons, they're translucent. They're not transparent, but there's a glow behind them. So I think that's translucent. And then over here, I'm going to fade it off into the raspberry. If you want to go and put this in like so, and then wash your brush out. Take your clean brush and wipe over where they meet. Kind of softens them. Too much paint, just lift some off with your clean brush. There we go. Put some of the rest of this. So tell us, Melissa.
Yes, my dear.
Things the putting your thoughts or your worries or anything in a balloon, pretending that.
Oh, that letting it go.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you about my week a little bit about the meditation that I did?
Yeah, I think that that's helpful to people.
You know, it was really neat. So, you remember what's today? Today's Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
So I guess it was Friday.
Thursday, wasn't it?
Thursday, Thursday.
Was it
Anyway,
Friday after the meeting?
I don't know when it was. One day, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it was Friday. Oh, whatever. Yeah, one day this week, I got online, and Susie Cheel, who's intuitive, and she does card readings, and she has the Heart Whisperers cards in a group that I'm in, and I've known her for a while. She's from Australia. And she has this beautiful voice and just really, nice personality, and she always puts me at ease, and we've had some really wonderful talks, and she knows a lot about me. So we usually, she gets a great sense about me. So she came online live, and I joined, and she says, hi, Melissa. I don't know how she talks with her accent. And I typed in, she can't see me, but I can see her, and type back and forth. And she says, I'm going to do a guided meditation, and then I'll do some reading. So if anybody would like to join. So she puts some soft music on, and she does a guided meditation. She closes her eyes, and she goes into her Zen moment. And I decided I'm going to do it. So I close my eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and think, I wonder where we're going to go. Just be nice to relax for a few minutes. And she does this beautiful guided meditation where she asks everybody to imagine that they are in a bright light. And she said, I'm seeing myself standing in a diamond, and it's this beautiful, clear diamond, and it's bright, and there's some blemishes on it. She said, I want to clean those blemishes off, and if you want, you could think of those blemishes as words, and think about what those words are and what they represent and mean to you. And she said, and now there's balloons in front of you. And if you think, you could take those balloons and put those words into the balloons, and they're like helium balloons. You're going to let them lift, they're going to lift off and float away. And so now your diamond is clear as can be. And you've let all of those things, those blemishes, whatever it is that's bothering you, that whatever is clouding your diamond is now crystal clear because you've let them go in the balloons. And of course, the way she did it was just like, I was standing in the clearest diamond. And it, to me, in my imagery, it was kind of like on a teacup ride at Disneyland, but instead of the teacup, I'm sitting in this diamond. It's huge, and I'm in it. And now everything is clear to me. And when I stepped out of the diamond, I felt so good. And I had let go of I wrote down, I quickly, just on an envelope that was near me and a pen that was near me, when it was trying to identify the blemishes, I wrote down some words, and I was thinking, shame, guilt, fear, whatever came to mind. I don't know why those words came to mind, but that's what I imagined blemishes to be at the moment. And I put them in balloons, and I let them go, and I did feel really good. So balloons kept coming up. So later, the next day, I had an issue with somebody, and we had a little talk. And I said to her afterwards, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in a balloon and let it float away. And she said, I do that. And she had used that practice before, and so I told her about the meditation, and that was cool. And then yesterday I was at a women's retreat, and it came up again. And then I told Cindy this morning, we're doing balloons. I brought this thing out with my dad, and today or tomorrow is the anniversary of we actually had my dad's memorial on Memorial Day. And she's like, you mean we're doing this on the actual anniversary of her dad's passing? And I'm like, yeah. So it's all coming together. Is that what you wanted me to talk about?
Yes.
Well, there you go. So after today, man, I'm putting it away for another year. No more balloons.
I have to practice at putting things in balloons and letting them go away. I don't do that. And I should.
Well,
It's
they
hard.
were, she put colors on them, and the imagery was very strong. Susie said she saw pink balloons. I saw different color balloons.
Well,
My
just
friend
keep
told me.
here.
Yeah, just like here. My friend told me that she puts her fears or whatever, the issues that she wants to let go, in a black balloon, and she watches it till it fades away and she can't see it anymore.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, I guess those are pretty dark things. When I talked to her about letting go of the issue, I said, let's put this in a white balloon. And I was kind of thinking of it as a surrendering thing. Like, let's just, I surrender, I give up. Let's put this in a balloon and let it go.
Don't surrender.
Well, I'm neutral. It doesn't have to be anything.
So I mixed some cad yellow with some white, and I'm going to put in these other flames here because they're not pure white. They definitely got some color in them. I already put it here. I'm going to go over here and put it in this one. And if you want to put some of that color up here, you can pop that in. After you do that, though, we're going to, on the dirty brush, pick up some of the razzleberry and then soften between the two colors around it by dabbing. Dabbing that mix. And I'm going to pick up a little bit more razzleberry. And I'm going to, with my dirty brush, bring it across the bottom here. Just soften that out until it fades away. It's a very light touch. Wipe it off on your paper towel if you have to. Just softening the edge. So my mother was telling me this morning that she caught our show, the creative
Create This.
Create This show, yes, Friday night.
And
I don't know. She just let me know that she had, caught it.
okay.
It's like, you're silly, but whatever. I'm going to put a little bit of the white, go back with the white and just bring some of that white, tapping it. I'm just tapping it. We're not doing fancy, just tapping some of that color down the side of the V there. I haven't done yet. We'll tap this in here. And we'll tap a little bit over here. This one, we're going to go and add some of that orange twist. I'm kind of doing the flames, get the flames out of the way because the rest of that is going to be pretty self-explanatory. So let's put some of tap that orange twist into the sides of your flame there. And a little bit on this one here. And if you want to add, wash your brush out or use a dirty brush, pick up some of the razzleberry and add some of that to the sides of the flame. You probably shouldn't be so far off with that. That's okay, there we go. Now, let's see. Let's go and finish the rest of the quilts on here. They are the green. So we're going to open up some plantation pine. Unless you want a brighter color, I went with plantation pine. And I'm going to use my 3/4 inch brush again, have a certain amount of water in there, and then go ahead and put that on. My girlfriend wants to go see Wonder Woman, so we'll be going and seeing that next weekend.
Oh, that sounds good.
We'll see.
Okay. Why, would you have anything against Wonder Woman?
I don't know. It's not my, top of the line thing. I don't know. I used to have long black hair like Linda Carter, and I had those circular glasses.
Yeah.
And I was in the ROTC and junior, what is that, ROTC? Anyways, it was the Navy in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had the hat, the hat that waves wear.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked like Linda Carter. Of course, some people thought I was a policewoman. I don't know, crazy thing. People thought I was a teacher. People thought I was a police officer. I don't know, just weird. I'm going to add a little bit of the cad yellow and put it into this one next to it. Yeah, I always looked more mature than, I didn't look like a student.
Doesn't surprise me. Have you seen Linda Carter on TV lately? What is it? She's on the Supergirl.
No.
Yeah, she's back on TV with Supergirl. It's great. And what's his name? That was Superman in Lois and
Dean Cain?
Yeah, Dean Cain's in it too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they brought a lot of people back to play other roles, but it's really cool. And what's her name who played Lois in that is in it too. I don't know anybody's name. See, this is why Hollywood doesn't want me on their movies. I'm not good at that. You should do it.
Was it the one that was in Indiana Jones?
No.
Dark
She was
hair.
Lois with Dean Cain in Lois and Clark.
So who's the Lois I'm thinking of then?
In Lois and Clark with Don.
I was thinking of something.
She was in the oh my God.
I'm going to go back and make this square up here or patch a lot darker. And if you're not getting the darkness with just adding another coat of green, go in and pick up a little bit of the antique maroon, and that will darken that right up. Take all the yellow out of your brush. Yeah, I can't.
Wisteria Lane too. What was that called? What's it? It wasn't called Wisteria Lane.
It wasn't Terry Hatcher. Terry Hatcher?
Yeah. She was in that, wasn't she?
Yes.
Was she in Lois and Clark?
I don't know. I think so.
All right, let's not talk about it anymore. Don't go see Wonder Woman in that case.
There we go. We'll see. We'll just have to see. So how are the patches coming along? I'm going to go with the Payne's Gray. Not Payne's Gray, what am I saying? Go with the Plantation Pine. And let's go and fill in these squares over here. So if you want to start with some Plantation Pine plus the yellow mix. And then...
Is that what you're using up at the top? Plantation Pine?
Yep.
Okay, good. That's where I started.
And we're going to put in some patchwork here. Just do one square to the right. One square to the right. I'm using a round. I should probably use a flat brush. It would go in a lot better. Let's see. I'll go and size down to my 6. One square to the right. And this is Plantation Pine plus Cad Yellow. And it can be anything you want. Honestly, you don't have to do what I'm doing. This is just my rendition, if you will, my interpretation of the photograph that Melissa sent me. That's all. I'm going to go over and I'm going to actually put those squares up here as well.
Mm. That's from
Bum, bum, bum. Next squares I'm going to do are going to have more of the plantation pine in it. No yellow. And that's why we had to draw all those grid lines on first. Typically, when you're painting something, you would just paint the whole thing and put the lines on after and do your detail work. But this is so individual. I'm going to go back and add a little bit of the yellow and do this side I forgot. It repeated itself. Okay. Now, let's go over to the one on this side. That one has, I'm going to have to even get smaller. So now I'm down to my, I think it's a size 2 flat. Can't get enough. Okay, I'm going to go down to the size 2 and I'm going to start and put every other one down here in the green. And then in the photo, it's a little brighter. So I'm not making this a very thick color. It's kind of a very thin color where the white of the background is definitely showing through more than not. Let's see, that's blue, this is green. That's blue and this is green. Now do the opposite on the row above it. Blue, green, blue, green. Now for the yellow part of it, we're going to continue on only because it's base coated yellow. This green is going to give it a little different hue. So it's opposite of what you put on. So now it's going to have more of a yellow-green tinge to it. And do every other one of those. And I suppose I should not waste your time, but pretty much that's what we're doing on that, every other one. The balloon on this side, I'm going to introduce some blue violet and the white. So you pick up some white and some blue violet and you make a brush mix of this color. And I'm going to put that on the squares on the diagonal, and I should have put that one here, I guess. So I'll put that one there, and then I'll put it here. And I'll put it here. And it's behind the flame here, so we'll put a little bit touch of that in there. The next color next to that will be the actual blue violet, straight on, no mix. Go around your flame. And don't forget this little patch over here. That probably should have been a darker green, but it's blue now. You want to make it a little darker, mix a little bit of the plantation pine in it. That will make it darker. Do the same up here. Make that a little darker. So that's how you recreate those different patches on the side here and on the side here. This is going to be your blue violet plus a little bit of black. I'm going to introduce some lamp black. And so you can take a smidgen, and a smidgen is all you need because the black takes over. Put that, base coat that in. And I know I'm going kind of fast. We've got 50 minutes, and I want to show you the rest of this. So that's that for this side. Pretty much straightforward. Do your patches, put in that solid. Now let's go back up to this. One thing I did was on these squares, I added a highlight, a little bit of a shine of the magenta here on the side load, right? Well, now I'm also going to add a little bit in the centers with a dry brush. I use my moon brush. I load it with the raspberry, and then I go and just scratch that color into those three areas. Now you can put a little bit over here if you want. Soften that area here. Basically, I want to add that glow from back. On these other ones, we're going to do a very loose side load. Again, we're not going crazy with our side loads. I'm going to pick up some straight white, and I'm actually not going to work it out on my palette. I'm just going to come over here, wipe it off on my paper towel, and then put some of that in. I go up the side, left side, and then I'm bringing it away from that side, and then I'm going to bring it down to the opposite corner there. Kind of like a pie wedge. Take your mop brush, mop that out. The next color I'm going to do is pick up some of the antique maroon. I'll work that out on my palette a little bit, and then we're going to come and start to separate some of these. If it's too much color, wipe your brush off with some fresh water, go in there and just soften that out. Again, you can use your mop brush, soften that out. Let's add a little bit of that to some of these other areas. We can go across the top here. Less paint as you go. And not all of them are done this way. This one here is going to be a different color. So let's go to the peachy color, the ones that are more. This is going to be black. It's straight black. There's no highlights on that one. I'm going to go up here and we will add that color to this one. Probably use a 3/4 inch wash brush on that one. It's a big area to cover. And I can get a much softer look by using a larger brush. And I'm walking it down. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to now add a little bit of this color to the second one in, the second square in.
Cindy, what's the dark blue that you used?
I used blue violet.
Okay, thank you. All right, didn't grab that.
It's okay.
I think I put it right back.
So yeah, from here on out, it's kind of playing with the different colors. And I'm going to then go over to the plantation pine, and I'm going to add the plantation pine side loads, if you will, loose side loads. And this one here has it. Basically, it's a reflection of the other colors that are in here. It's reflected light. So the green is also reflecting on the orange, and the orange on the green, and so on and so forth. So I'm adding some of that. If you go over the edge, just wash it off. This is kind of like a glaze. That means you pick up on your whole brush some green paint that's been watered down and you glaze over another color. That's how you get that. And I can do that. Let's see, where else do I have it? A little bit on this one. Again, just changes the color ever so slightly without having to mix up new puddles of paint. Put this a little bit down. Let's see, this one here has some green. So I'm going to go up this side with the green. If you want to make it a little darker, you can do it up here too. I didn't do it on my original, but we can. That doesn't have any, but you know what? That looks to me like it's more of a twist. So let's go and make that more of a twist. Mix a little raspberry with it. We'll make the other one the same color. Twist and raspberry. And if you leave some white areas in between the patchwork, it's okay. We're going to go back and we're going to fix that. Okay. These ones here, you can add a little soft side load of, wipe the excess off your brush if you feel you have too much. Bring that down a little bit. No rights, no wrongs. You can add them or not. When you put on the detail, it won't hurt it one way or the other. I'm going to put some plantation pine up here. It's a little bit more piney. And then for this last one, I'm going to mix some plantation pine with a little bit of the blue. Deepen that. Okay. Now, this little piece of I have to use my fine liner. This little piece of flame is actually the blue violet. And the holder, the torch, is, I made that maroon. The antique.
I can't see what you're painting. You have to put it up a little. Thank you.
The antique maroon is this torch here. And that little blue thing is the blue violet. Let's see if I can put that up here. Oops, not what I want. See that? So the next thing I'm going to do the one behind the balloon, take your blue violet and make these pleats in here. They don't go all the way down. You'll want to mix some white with your antique maroon and put in a little bit of moisture and draw at least a couple lines down. But I would go ahead and draw just think of where the basket is that you're doing, that you're attaching your balloon to. And these over here will have those too. I'm not going to go and do any more detail on the side balloons other than what you see. Put those squares on. Not a lot of detail going on here. The top of that balloon is going to be a mix of it's like green and yellow, or dirtied yellow. You muddied the yellow down with the green. And then between that is the blue. So mix a little black with the blue, muddy that down and that across there. If your green's not as muddy as it could be, well, we'll fix that in a second. Bottom ones are the blue. See that? Yeah. The thinner you make it, the brighter it'll be. The thinner the paint application. Take my little liner brush and add a little blue around that lane. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Almost to the hard part. Hard part. You got to base coat this in black. And if you want to put supports on that one, again with the maroon and white, you can give that a support or two. If you leave any white around here, you might want to go in and just close up some of those gaps with a complementing color here with the same color that you had. Because we're not going to put any stitches on this one. What you see is what you get. Okay, so pick up some blue. Just get rid of those white lines you might have between colors. That's all. If you want to make those squares look a little different, add a little yellow or add a little of another color. Black, don't use a lot of black because that definitely does take over. I'm going to go in and add some side loading, if you will, of the plantation pine across these rows here. Okay. Now, again, as you can tell, I haven't got a whole lot. There's a lot of see-through. It's not solid color. It's very see-through. So don't get too crazy and wild with having to make it solid, lots of paint. It's not that way at all. We're going to outline all the grids here. As you see, all these outlines are done with antique maroon. And you can use your fine liner for that. Pick up the color, have a little moisture in your brush, and then you start going around this is your main balloon. When you get to the flame, go very narrow. So if you need to add more moisture to your brush, I'm going to go very, very narrow, almost skipping it across, but not as thick as when you go around the rest of the balloon. Make sense? So I'm going to put some very thin on this back of the bottom here. Go around the flame. Okay, so very thin here. Do not go over the flame, and put it on the rest of that. Let's see, what else do I have? I'm going to bring some down from here. A little moisture. These are going to be darker. Angle might be a little different. And then I'm going to start, I didn't put one on the original one, but there is a line. There is supposed to be a line here. And they're not always even because we're working with a spherical shape. So work with what you've got. Put those in. And you're also going to do the ones that go up the balloon. If you can't see these lines, you're going to put them back in to help you see them. So I'm going to do this balloon. And I'm going to do this balloon in black, but I do not do this balloon. So this balloon's going to be outlined like that in black, and this one's going to be done in the antique maroon. I made these kind of scooped. Meaning it's not straight on. In the front, it looks straight on, but on the sides, the side partition pieces are rounded. And do each of them individually. They are not, this is patchwork, so they're not all the same. Okay, Melissa, I'm boring myself to sleep here.
About 10 steps behind you.
You're 10 steps behind me?
Yeah, oh, sorry. I had unmuted myself and then you muted me. Sorry. And unmuted me, and muted me, and unmuted me. Okay, so I said, as you're muting, whatever, lulling yourself to sleep, I am enjoying mesmerized painting. And
like our own meditation studio here.
Yeah, so I was fixing my mistakes, and because I'm happily about 10 steps behind you. So I guess you're on track. I don't know how much you have left to do in the next 20 or whatever minutes we have left.
Well,
but you wanted me to paint with you.
Yeah, no,
This is what happens when I paint instead of co-host.
It's okay. Don't do the outlines on the outside.
I haven't started doing any outlines yet. Can I show you where I'm at? Can you take a breath and stop?
Okay, I'm breathing.
You know it messes up my...
I am breathing. That's beautiful.
Okay, so I just trying to fix this because I did something weird.
No, I think you're fine.
No, you say that, but I did something weird. I'm trying to fix it. So you could see, like, I didn't have a line here, so I was going this balloon this way. My balloons didn't work right.
We can trim your balloon.
Well, I was fixing it.
At the last step, we can trim that if you wanted to. Because I can see where your antique maroon balloon went into your yellow.
Yes. So I'm trying to make my yellow balloon come around.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because it's the lighter value on there. But I like your patchwork.
So, and then also I had a whole extra row here somehow, so I was trying to fix that.
It's okay.
And then I didn't realize this was a balloon, so when you started coloring that balloon in, I got real excited. So then I started doing too much yellow, and I had to clean that off.
Move it up so I can see. I can't see. Oh, there you go. That yellow one. Yeah, it was all yellow.
I had to clean that off because I did way too much yellow.
No, I did it all yellow first, and then I put the blue in after.
All the way to the edge here? I did all of this.
Yeah, you can if you want. That part that you need to differentiate between the part of the inside of the balloon and the outside of the balloon.
Yeah, I got confused here. Too many lines for me. I need to, even on my line drawing, I am so sorry, honey, but and I have the actual picture, but even on my line drawing, I don't see that balloon in the background. Oh, look how it looks.
Oh,
pink.
I know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's why I didn't transfer mine. I didn't see it. That's why I didn't transfer mine.
Yeah, I missed that. So I got to draw in some better lines there to fix that.
No, you don't have to put one there at all. But I did notice in your...
Killing me.
I did notice that there was one there after I painted it. Can you see?
I'm just trying to keep up with you. You were painting it. Okay, yeah, I see it there.
See it right there? I didn't see it when I did the line drawing. I'm like, oh, there's a balloon back there. Ha. Okay.
I might just skip it.
Yeah,
All right.
works for me.
So I'm not at the point where I'm adding the lines, but I'm excited about that you're doing that. So what do we have left to do? We're gonna put the lines in
So we're adding the lines, and then we're gonna actually paint
around the edges.
over here. And we're going to, you base coat all around it with black. And that means you don't go over your lines, go between your lines. I
I'm
want
so scared. Okay, let's do that. Sorry.
those lines white, or the antique maroon plus white. And then I have to go and shade behind it. So if you want to do that, let's see. You can take a flat brush, you can take a round brush, but whatever you do, you go up to your lines that you created, and you bring those down with the black. And then you go up on this side. And that's why I said you can actually fix the shape of your balloon if you don't like it by just trimming it with some black paint. If I went over my line and I don't like it, I just trim it up. And that's why you don't need any antique maroon outline on the outside of your balloon. And even though we only are showing part of this balloon, this area here is like a shadow of this balloon. Not sure why it's caught, casting a shadow like that, but it did. So I just left it there. So my Patreons are growing, and that means that we're going to have a special class just for the Patreons next month. I'm working on it now. Teacups with calla lilies. A teacup with a calla lily, that's what it's going to be. Still life. So if you've been a patron for 3 months at the $10 level or the $5 level, you will have an invite to come to this class.
Cindy, look at the screen. Don't move. No. Oh.
What?
Your fringies.
They're in your way?
No, it looks kind of cool. I like it. They were there. So what were you saying about your Patreon?
That if you're $5 level or $10 level, you'll get an invitation to it. It's private, only for patrons.
Ooh. Oh, I'm only at the $1 level, so I can't come.
Nope, you're not invited.
Invited. Sorry.
But, there's other things we could take it out and trade, dear.
I'm trading away my life to you.
I'm going to have to start making appointments with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting just too busy.
She says that. Okay, I'm captive.
I said it. I did. Now, do you see how it starts popping up? Putting the black there starts making these like foof. It's bright here, sure, but when you put it next to the black, it really glows. It is pretty awesome. if you want to erase any of your graphite lines before you paint, if you are afraid that they're going to show up. But black against them, they will not show up. So yep, so you're going to paint the rest of that, all the white areas left in black. In the meantime, I'm going to go check in. How you doing, Ophelia?
Oh, I'm behind a little bit.
That's okay. I'm picking up the pace so that I can be
Just,
over by 5. Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. I'm trying to get my colors all in there on the main board.
I like the flame. The flame's coming out really good.
Put it back up, Ophelia.
Pardon me?
Yeah,
Hold it
I'll
up
have to take a picture of it.
Hold it up and put your face next to it.
And see the inside.
Oh,
See the inside of her balloon, Melissa? See how nice and glowing that is? That's pretty
yes, I love it.
cool. That is cool.
Because she understands painting what it is. I'm just trying to follow what you're doing.
That's great. Thank you, Ophelia. Get back to, let's see. I'm going to go over to Ruthie. I know she's not painting this, but she can still.
I'm not. And I have to go on my old iPad when I come in because I don't have Zoom on my new one. So I'm about 5% battery.
Oh dear. Oh,
Would you like to show us real quick next week's project?
Oh,
Oh, you do have that. Oh.
okay.
So you
Next
can
week.
decide whether or not you'll be painting with us, Ruth. Sorry, this one didn't.
Well, I might show up.
I love this one.
Where am I? She has all those craft fair things she's got to go to, so she's got to have that done. But okay, so I'm doing mine on a mug, and I'm using the Deco Art glass markers, and this is what I did.
Okay.
Because Father's Day is coming up.
Right.
So I kind of did this Chevy, and I believe it's a Chevy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a Chevy. And I put number 1, Dad. No, number 1 there. I'm going to actually do it with acrylic paint on a canvas.
Okay.
So we'll have it both ways. I can show you how to do it. You know, I mean, obviously you make your outline, and you can do it with this, and I'll put a specific line drawing that would show you where not to put paint. It's a different mindset because you're on a white background. It's like watercolor paper. You're going to leave the white and not put paint there, but paint everywhere else.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it on a canvas. I already had what did I do with it? I already have the line drawing done.
Oh, okay. Can I make it red?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. You can make it whatever color you want. So I thought about red too, but the photograph I had was a blue one.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be awesome. So thank you for stopping in and hanging with us anyways.
You're quite welcome.
I
was working on a project that you had done.
I wish you wouldn't had talked so much, you know. Talk so much and monopolize the whole conversation. Show us.
What?
The project. Oh, that one. Show us, but show us anyways. Show us how far you've gotten.
Oh, no, I just got everything base colored. Green, purple, and red.
There you go. And then
I'm going to put snowman on them. And then I'm going to put notes on the top of them.
That would be cool.
So,
everybody has one of those in their purse, I think.
Yeah.
Not everybody uses their iPhones.
I have my calendar, my daytime.
So we'll, if you happen to drop off because you only have 5%, we will see you next week, I hope. And
Okay.
post those on Facebook for us so we can see what they look like done.
Okay. I'll put a couple on.
Thank
We're
you.
drawing next week.
Drawing.
Yes.
Yes, our drawing is next week. So everybody who posts on Facebook a project from Paint with Heart or Paint with Us, you want to show us what you've gotten? Have you done more?
Oh, the black. There.
Yeah, see how it starts to foom?
Yeah, full. Love these sound effects.
You like that? It's cool.
Kind of very bizarre with the background. Sorry.
Keep working at it. You're going to get it. It's all
Okay.
going to be good. Let's go over here to this one. So, okay, I really love how it comes out on the screen. So much different than in person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. Oh, so when I did, so I've already got my black on here and the dark area here, but I want to put this background in the night. I want to put it back into the night. So what I'm going to have to do with that is, and I can do it on this one, is I'm going to take, first off, let's take some plantation pine. Because in the photograph, this one's really yellow and not antique maroon. But because it's so cast in the nighttime, it's going to have that antique maroon look to it. I'm going to side load my brush with the plantation pine. And then I start up here, and I'm going to walk it down over all this yellow. And I'm going to bring it down to about 1, 2, 3 rows, 3.5 rows up. So this one here, and bring it across. Now it's not a very dark color, but it's like I call dirty. It dirtied it down. If it's not dirtied down enough, go pick up just ever so smidgen of the black, and then you start over. Start up there, walk your way. I already had put some up at the top. Walk your way down, up, down one side, down the other. Not to totally lose all your colors that are underneath there, but to just darken it down. On this one, I had taken the black on a side load, and I put that black right up the side here. Walk it out to soften it. I can bring that over there. Walk it out to soften it. See how that this casting a shadow on there, it's pushing it into the background. This one here, I'll complete that by putting the green. There's that. So you can see in the original photograph, it's pretty dark back there. This is that maroon one, which is actually in real life supposed to be yellow. It's dark over here. You only see the glow near the flame. And this is, the back one is glowing here near the flame, but it's really dark all the other places. So that's what I'm That's what I'm going with. So let's see. I can continue on with the black. So basically, yeah, to finish this, you outline this whole balloon with the antique maroon. You outline this balloon with the black. Do not outline anything on this one. Just kind of deepen this area and keep the first 3 rows brighter color. The glow around this flame is more white. So you can kind of brighten that up a little bit by putting a side load of white around it. And that will make that pop a little bit more. You can do that around this one as well. I wouldn't do it around here though. Leave that one alone. You can't put one around the other one over here behind it though. And that'll pop that. So, yep, make the background black. Outline antique maroon, outline black, and you're done. Cast the shadows and you're done.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. That's amazing.
Go like this and put this one here. I always start with the plantation pine and work my way up to the black. Well, hopefully everyone enjoyed this, and always post your photos on Facebook. I'm going to do antique maroon on this back one here. The yellow is shaded with antique maroon, and the green and blue is shaded with the, well, this yellow is, I'm looking at saying, wait a minute, this yellow I shaded with the antique maroon, but this yellow I shaded with the green. Whatever. Consistency. It's not happening today. Okay.
You're funny. All right. Well,
say your goodbyes, Gracie, and
looking at my wrinkles. I love my wrinkles. I'm really happy I'm starting to see them. Makes me feel so wise.
You're funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here with us on Paint with Heart. And it was such a lovely memorial for me and for Memorial Day. And the image of balloons always does bring me hope. And I hope that it brings you hope as well, too. So have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week, everyone. We'll see you next time on Paint with Art.
That's my line.
Oh! Let's do it again.
No, I think it's so cute. Ditto, everything Melissa said.
No, you do this.
I do. But yeah, I hope that everyone has a wonderful weekend and that you will join us again here on Paint with Heart. And we will be incorporating glass paint markers next week. So you can try painting with those. If you cannot find them at your local hobby store, please go to cindyharrisonart.com, and I have them on that for sale. If you can't find what you're looking for, email me at cindy@cindyharrisonart.com. Other than that, I hope to see you next weekend. Until then, remember to always paint with heart. See you next week. Thank you everyone for coming.